welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Today I thought I would do a video on how to start a healthy lifestyle, as particularly over the last year or so, and especially towards the end of last year and beginning of this year, I really feel that I've got in a good place in terms of my health and what I'd like to focus on. So I thought that I'd share with you some of my tips and things that I've discovered over the last sort of year or so that have really helped me, and things that I find useful to know and do as well. So I really do hope that you find this useful. I am also wanting to take my channel in a more sort of health, fitness, wellness kind of direction. So let me know more videos like this that you'd like to see, or sort of specific topics that you'd like me to talk about more, or just leave your questions as well down below in the comments and I would love to answer them. As for this video, I've divided it into sort of food and nutrition, and then going into fitness as well as well-being as well. So sort of just doing an overall general view, but like I said, if there's anything that you want me to go into in more detail specifically, then do let me know down below in the comments. But without further ado, let's get straight into this video. So I'm going to start by talking about sort of food and nutrition and sort of leading a healthier lifestyle through what you eat. A lot of the time, especially towards the beginning of the year, we're now getting towards the second half of February, but particularly kind of January time, a lot of people try to start these diets and lead better, healthier lifestyles, when in the long term these diets aren't going to be what people stick to, and they're not actually going to be beneficial for your health. A lot of people say, I want to eat a lot better, I want to eat healthier, I'm going to follow this diet, it's going to make me feel great. But if you're just following the diet for the sake of that's what you've been told, these are the rules of the diet, you're not going to really enjoy it or have a good relationship with the food that you're eating. I would recommend it's a lot better to just try and find food that's nutritious and great for you, but try and experiment with it a bit, try and get a bit creative. And if you're stuck for ideas, then definitely a great place to start is going to Instagram, following food accounts. I do have my own. If you want a little bit of inspiration, I'll link it down below. But also there's so many great other food accounts on there. You can look at who I follow as well. And it's great for recipe inspiration if you're really stuck for where to go and what to do for food, and also just for inspiring you to make healthier choices. That was another tip of mine, was to make conscious, healthier choices as well. So if you're faced with two things, say when you're eating out somewhere or if you're at an event and you're given two options, try to just consciously choose the healthier option. You don't always have to be eating 100% clean, 100% healthy all the time, even if the two options aren't the best. Just try to go for whatever is slightly better for you, or make some swaps with that meal as well, and try and just alter it slightly in a way that is better for you and more nutritious. And yeah, like I was saying, following Instagram food pages or blogs as well, or even just getting some healthy recipe cookbooks. I find that when you discover new recipes you want to try, it gets you inspired, it makes you feel motivated, you want to try them out, it gets you excited for the food you're going to eat. So one of the most important things is just trying out loads of different things, find out what works for you, what makes you feel good, and what you do isn't going to be the same as what everyone else should do, or what even just one other person should do. Everyone is different, something works differently for everyone, so you just need to really find what makes you feel good, makes you feel the most energized, and makes you feel the best. Because honestly, eating sort of overly processed, high sort of saturated fat foods as well, they will not make you feel good. You may enjoy technically eating them, or you may crave those kind of foods, but for health wise, you will not actually feel good. You feel more sluggish, you just generally lack motivation. Whereas eating a cleaner, healthier diet, once you start to move towards more whole foods and getting in just more vegetables, that's a great way to start as well. Just start having more fruit and veg a day, and once you start on that, gradually your cravings will change, your taste preference will change, and you'll stop craving those high sugary, over processed foods which maybe aren't so good for you. Don't get me wrong, having one of those every now and again is perfectly fine. It's also very important to treat yourself and not deprive yourself. You want to find a diet that makes you, well, I say diet not as in following some restricted plan, but just a lifestyle diet and way of eating that makes you feel good, makes you feel like you've got a good variety, and also that you're not depriving yourself and you feel satisfied. If you're not feeling satisfied or happy with what you're eating or your choices, then that's definitely when you should signal to make a change. And even if you're really not sure about how to go about eating treats and things every now and again because you feel like it may trigger those old cravings back. There's so many recipes out there now for creating healthier alternatives. Some of my favourite are looking at pages like Naturally Nina on Instagram. She has great recipes for baking as well. So when you're getting those sweet cravings, definitely check out some of her recipes, as they're all made from natural 100% whole foods, plant-based ingredients, which is just amazing. Also, Olivia's Kitchen is great for healthier bakes. Deliciously Ella as well. And if you're on the go and wanting a snack, again, Olivia's Kitchen, Deliciously Ella have great snack products as well, all made from natural ingredients. So it's just about finding ways that you can make it work for you and ways that you feel fully satisfied and energized and feel like you're not depriving yourself. Now moving on to the fitness side of things. I can honestly talk about this forever. I just keep waffling on a little bit. This is going to be a sort of a chattier, waffly kind of video, but fitness, I would say if you're completely clueless as to where to start, you've never really done much exercise, you don't know what exercise to do, you see people doing things called squats and lunges, but you don't really know how to do it correctly, if you're doing the right technique, a great place to start is going to classes. Fitness classes can be great for expanding your knowledge of different exercises, but also it can be a lot more motivating when you're with other people who are doing it as well, and it pushes you harder. And also you can discover different styles of workouts and different things you might enjoy. So a good way to start is by going to a variety of different fitness classes. Even try ones that you think maybe that isn't for me, because who knows, it might turn out to be something that you really enjoy and otherwise you would have missed out on it. So definitely start by trying out quite a few different things, because you won't know what type of exercise, whether you're more into strength training or cardio or conditioning or whatever it may be, until you've tried the whole variety and seen what there is available out there. And then also staying that to then stay motivated once you've kind of got your area of fitness that you like. Try to sort of mix up your routine. So even though you've got a specific kind of area or type of style of working out that you like, find classes that fit that, or ways of working out that fit that kind of style, but don't do the same workout every single time that you go to the gym, or you're doing a home workout easily as well. I feel like that can become very boring, very repetitive, and you'll soon lose motivation. Whereas if you're going to a variety of classes, changing it up every day, then you're a lot more motivated to go to them. And if you're only doing a specific style of class once a week, for example, then when it comes around to the next week, it will have been a while since you last did it, and you'll feel more motivated and more wanting to do it again. So that's definitely a great way to go about it when starting out. And then also once you feel like you're more established in knowing what you're doing, going to the gym of course is great, but even if you don't want to go to the gym and you can't afford a gym membership, or you don't want to pay for one, doing at-home workouts is also great, especially through YouTube. The Body Coach has a great channel. There's loads of beginners workouts on there as well. Also the Fitness Blender is quite good for at-home workouts, particularly HIIT style workouts, which I do quite like. And that way again you can gain a greater understanding of different exercises, and once you've sort of got a repertoire of different exercises, you can start building your own workouts. Then I find that once you build your own workout, you're sort of excited for it because you prepare it. I always write it out on my phone, then I have noted down what I'm going to do, and it's the exercises that I enjoy and want to do as well, so you feel even more motivated to do it. And then if you feel like you're ever losing that motivation to work out, try finding a friend as well who wants to get more into fitness and go on this journey together, and that way you can really help to motivate each other and keep each other on track. Because that way, if you're in a pair, you feel like you're kind of letting down the pair in a way if you decide to not go to the workout class or join them at the gym, because they're wanting you to be there as well. So finding someone else can really help to maintain that motivation and keep you going. And the final thing I'm going to say is, if you do really struggle to find that motivation and get to do it and work out frequently, or whatever it may be that you want to do to improve your fitness, then build it into your routine as a habit. So sort of find a time of day that works for you. Often mornings are great because that way you get it done before work. It's when you've got your most energy and you're going to actually feel more like doing it, as opposed to when you get back home from work or school or uni, your energy's already been depleted. And if it's not a set class that you've signed up to, for example, and it's just more a self-motivating workout, then you're not really going to be bothered to do it. And if you do bother, you're probably more likely to do it half-heartedly as well if you haven't got anyone else there motivating you. So find a time of day that does work for you. Some people do work out better in the evenings or afternoons, so you've just got to, again, with mixing it up, try it out, then find that time of day and build it into your routine as a habit. Because once you build these habits, you will just do it naturally out of habit as opposed to overthinking it. So say for example, if you wanted to get more into running, if you start running at a set time every day as part of your morning routine, once you've got up, you just get dressed, straight into your running clothes, head out for a run, and you build on that habit and just integrate it into your routine, it just becomes a thing that you do. And if you don't do it, then it's like not following through with your routine. It's the same as not brushing your teeth in the morning, for example. That would be part of your morning routine. And you just build on it that way as well, and that way eventually you sort of just become motivated to do it in a way, just because you're doing it frequently and you feel good afterwards and you remember why you're doing it as well. And also, if you're ever struggling to get started, just think about how you'll feel afterwards, because you always get that post like really good, feel good kind of feeling after doing a workout or a run or whatever it may be. So just have that in mind as well before starting. And now on to my final section for well-being, which is something that more recently I've been really trying to focus on. For a while I've been trying to eat a well-balanced kind of healthy nutritious diet and following a plant-based diet, and also focusing on my fitness levels, have a well-being, which is your overall sort of health and feeling and your mental state as well. I didn't really address until more recently, and I found that it's honestly helped so much considering this aspect of health as well. I've found that definitely more recently I've tried to use my phone a lot less. Also, if it is a nice day, I will try to get out for a walk. I like to listen to podcasts maybe, but I'll put my phone away in my pocket so I'm not looking at any messages or anything, and it's on silent so I won't hear them pinging through. And also just appreciate more what's around you. If you always have your head down looking at your phone, then you're not going to notice all the things going on around you. And honestly, there's some pretty amazing things, and just learning to even appreciate the little things, like when it is a nice day and the blue sky and the sun, and also all the beautiful like trees and the nature as well. It can just be so refreshing when you actually start to look around and take it all in and take a step back from your phone. It can be so easy to get so involved in social media, sitting there scrolling through Instagram, Twitter, whatever it may be for hours and hours. You lose a lot of your time, your mind's just constantly comparing yourself to other people. It just doesn't make you feel great. Whereas if you put your phone down, have a set time where you just actually dedicate some time to yourself during the day and take time off social media and technology, it honestly does amazing things for your mind and just your thoughts. Your thoughts feel so much clearer and you just feel so much more present. And that is another thing that I would say, is try to be more present in the moment and stop either reflecting on things or thinking too much about things that are coming up which may stress you out, and just enjoy being here and now and within the moment that you're in, with the people you're with and the things going on around you. And then kind of leading on from that idea of having time for yourself, I think it's really important to take self-care days and just a day of rest for yourself. Almost, you feel like you're being selfish in a way, but everyone needs those days, whether it's every few weeks or every month. You just take one day where you just full on do what you want to do and just completely relax and do whatever makes you feel good. So taking time away from social media maybe, and just really focusing on yourself for that day, whether that is just having a full-on chilled day, just watching something, watching films, or having a full-on pamper day and doing a face mask, having a nice long bath, having just a really relaxing chilled day, just to really take a step back from everything and constantly being go, 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 which often happens these days when there's so much going on. Our to-do lists are endless, there's always things popping up to do. Just dedicating that time for yourself can honestly be so beneficial for you and make you feel so good knowing that you've had that time and taken that time to look after yourself. And my last sort of wellness and well-being kind of tip would be to practice mindfulness through doing things like yoga and meditation or journaling. Again, there's so many ways that you can practice mindfulness, and again, it is just about taking time away for yourself. And as there are so many different things, you can definitely find something out there that works for you. I used to really struggle to even just get through a 20-minute yoga session. I felt like my mind was just constantly drifting off. Don't get me wrong, still these days whenever I do yoga, I do get days where I just can't sort of zone out of everything going on around me and focus on yoga and being present in that moment. I do have those days when I've got a lot going on and it does make it difficult, but definitely I found it more and more easy to definitely do longer yoga sessions and just take time away, stopping to think about everything that's going on, things that's stressing me out, and just actually taking those deep breaths, moving your body feels really good. And I now sort of prefer doing longer yoga sessions. I often get to the end of the session and I'm like, oh, it's already over. I didn't even realise that it went by that quickly, and it's just really refreshing. I think either doing yoga first thing in the morning or at night can be really relaxing and great for your mind to just sort of put it at rest and either set the tone for the day or before bed, just to help you relax. Also meditation, I know it's got all these sort of ideas of it being a bit kind of out there and a bit sort of not that mainstream or common for people to do as such, but meditation can take many different forms. You don't have to do the old kind of like traditional approach to meditation, but you could download an app. For example, Headspace is a great app to use for meditation, and you can even just do 10-minute meditations on there, and you just really sort of focus on your breath, clear your mind. And again, it's just like a reset. So even, again, morning and night, it's great to do this just to relax you and either set you up for the day or get you ready for bed. Or even during the day, meditation can be very useful, especially just a 5-10 minute one. When you're so busy in chaos of work or whatever you're doing and all your life stresses, just taking 10 minutes out to actually just breathe and clear your mind can help you reset and take on everything else with so much more ease and make you feel so much better about it and complete things a lot easier as well. And then also something, I haven't properly got into this yet, but I'm hoping to get into journaling more, and this is just a great release at night of your thoughts. Just write down whatever comes to mind, write about whatever you want. You can either do like a diary day to day of your actual daily life, or just lists of things. I'm such a list kind of person, I love doing that, of just things that either motivate you, some goals, places you'd like to travel, things you'd like to achieve. You could even just note down a positive motivational quote that you heard that day. Just anything and everything can go for journaling, just whatever helps to release your mind and just get it all down on paper. I think journaling pen and paper is the best way to really go about it. I mean, you could do it digitally too, but I definitely think the old-fashioned approach is the best one for that. So those were all my kind of starting points and tips and ideas for getting on track with a more healthier lifestyle overall, not only with fitness and eating a bit better, but also with your well-being. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. As I did say at the start, I'd love to take my channel sort of into a more fitness and health kind of direction. So if you want me to expand further on any of the points I've raised or go into depth on any particular topic, comment it down below. And also, if you did enjoy this video, smash a big thumbs up on it, as well as clicking on that little red subscribe button down below. And don't forget, you can tap on that notifications bell so that you're notified whenever I upload, and I'll be sure to see you very soon with a brand new video. Bye!